After.
Yeah.
After, if you press this one
Okay.
and press this one,
All right.
then press here.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I need to chat. Yeah. Let's move this like this. Yeah. Okay. All right. Good morning. I believe you can all hear me. Good morning. Yes. Ridwan. Arasi, good morning. Mashud, good morning. Okay, how is everybody? I want to believe everybody is fine. Yeah. Good morning, Fatima Omar. So we have to take maths class first today. We have to take maths class first today. Oh, good, you are fine. Nice one. Good morning. Sama, good morning. Aisha, Zan, good morning. All right, good. So I'm noting it, I'm noting the attendance. And you, yes, I'm fine, Abdul Malik. Thank you very much. I'm very well. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you. Good morning, Abdul Latif. Angela. Oganla, good morning. Rukawa, good morning. Tonti, good morning. Okay, so let us quickly do a bit of recap on what we have done before. Good morning, Azan. Yes. Can we quickly move on? Sena, good morning. Okay, let's move on now. We need to quickly start our class today. Very important. Very, very important. Okay. Okay. So let's talk about directed numbers that we started last week. Are we to write? I will tell you when to write. I will tell you when to write. I will tell you what to write. Okay, this is maths class. This is maths class. You will discuss when you have break. Please concentrate on the maths class. We will discuss when you have break. All right. All right, let's move on. So directed numbers, we talked about it. And of course, you remember we talked about adding and subtraction. But this morning, we are going to go a bit further. We want to talk about multiplication and division of negative numbers. And when I say negative numbers, all the integers, it means both positive and negative, you can multiply, you can divide. We did addition and subtraction last week Friday, but I'm going to do a brief recap on what we have done. So we won't have time. Okay. Now you can see a directed number. Direction, the negative and the positive sign shows the direction. If it is positive, it means it is in the positive. If it is it's the positive side, or if you have the negative, of course you know that it's not going to be direction. Okay, so we have this now. You can see +2. We're talking about +2. We are going to the positive, that is your right hand side. Then negative, you are appearing on the left hand side. Okay, so you can see the arrow. Good. Is it convenient for you that way? Okay. All right, so these are positive and negative numbers. Okay, you don't use plus and minus numbers. Don't say plus and minus, you say positive and negative. Farida, you're welcome. Lynette, you're welcome. All right, so now look at the number line. You remember we did this last week, the number line. On Friday, we were able to show you the number line, and you can see the 0 at the middle. So the positive numbers are to the right, while the negative numbers are to the left. Don't say plus number, minus number. I've just corrected that to say positive numbers and negative numbers. Can I move on? Okay. Should we write? I will tell you when to write. I will tell you when to write. Just focus on the screen. I believe you can see the slide I'm showing you. Okay, let me wait for 3 people to respond to that. Can you see the slide I'm showing you? Let me have 3 people say yes, then I will move on. Oh, good. Yes, Al. Good. All right, so let's move on. Since you can see the slide, just focus on the slide and be following the explanation. All right. So when you talk about plus 3, you can see I'm moving in the right hand side. The arrow shows, the arrowhead stops exactly where the 3 is. That is plus 3. Okay. And when I say minus 5, or you can say negative 5, negative 5. So you can see the arrow end stops where that 5 is. If you trace that 5 up to where the arrow end is, you will see it's just exact where the arrow end stops. So you can see it shows direction. The positive 3 is showing the direction to the right, while the negative 5 is showing direction to the what? To the left. Okay. All right. So let's move on. All right, so you can see positive 5. I just want you to be observing that. That's why I'm not going to be rushing with the slide. Observe it. That's positive 5. And of course, you can see what they are saying, what we are saying here. 5 to the left means negative 5. 3 to the right means positive 3. And 5 to the right means positive 5. Positive. Okay? Now, when you are adding, we did this last week. So it won't be a problem. When you are adding and it's the same sign, then the sign will be the sign on the numbers. Okay, so you have positive 3 and you are adding that to positive 2. Look at it graphically now. I'm showing you graphically so that you can understand the concept clearly. This is a positive 3. Then you now move further in 2 steps. You can see we move 2 steps further. And when you see where the arrow end is, then you will notice that from the beginning, that is the 0, to where the other number is what we are summing up. And then there is going to be a summation. That's the summation. That is everything added together will give you 5. All right. So you are used to this already, but this is just to refresh your memory about how you can use number line. The application of this is when you begin to use graph, you will understand it, because you are going to use graph to plot equations and all of that. Okay. So, but when you have something like this is another example. Minus 3 is being added to minus 2. So how does that move? Minus 3 is going into the left direction, and then you move 2 steps further in that same direction. That is another negative 2. 2 steps further, and then the total now gives you a negative 5. The total gives you a negative 5. The total gives you a negative 5. All right. Now, so you have this. Okay. But when you have different signs like this, when you have different signs, you are going to have plus 5, which is positive 5. Then you are adding that to negative 2. Now, these are 2 different directions that you have to move. So look at this. The positive 5 is going in the right hand side. And then because I need to do a negative 2 added to it, from where I stopped, I will have to move 2 steps backwards, that is to the opposite direction. And you can see what that will give me. So the sum of positive and negative in this sense now is giving me a positive. Reason being that the positive number is larger or is bigger than the negative number. All right. So let me reverse this so that you can see what I'm saying. Okay. From here, this is the question, and I want to take it step by step. Okay. So you have positive 5. And then from where you stop is where you start counting, not from 0. That is why I have to reverse this slide. You are going to start from where you stopped. That is where the arrowhead for positive 5 stopped. Don't come and start from 0. When you come to start from 0, you are not doing the operation. There is an operation given to us. So we have to operate the 2 numbers together. So that is why we have to start from where 5 stops, and then we move back 2 steps. Don't write yet. Don't write yet. Don't write yet. So you have positive 3 as your final answer to that question. You have positive 3 to that answer. Okay, so I want to stop here and then, okay, let me show you one more example. You can see now I have positive 5 plus negative 2. It's giving you positive 3. And you see, you need to understand that at this point, the notations, the signs matter. Signs matter. If you write ordinary 3 without this sign of positive, I will assume that you are writing a positive 3. But if the answer is to be a negative, you have to indicate that it is a negative number. All right? But if you do not indicate, you can't see it. It's on the screen. Okay? Okay. All right, let me show it again. I'm going to show it again. Okay. All right, look at it now. Can you see it, Abdulatif? Abdulatif, comment. I want to know whether you can see it now. Abdulatif, I'm waiting for your chat. Please, for those of you that are using nickname, you have to use your real name because we are taking attendance. Okay. Yes. Yes, practice slide. Yes. Sir, I am seeing practice a slide. I don't understand. Is it practice A? Maybe you are logging into another, but I'm seeing your chart, so you should see my screen. What I have here is adding numbers, +3, +5, -2. I want you to tell whether you are, is it practice A? I'm not talking about practice A. My screen is being shared, so you apart from seeing me in a particular corner, you should be able to also see the screen. Wow, sender says he's not seeing it. I'm showing a particular slide that contains addition of numbers with a number line. With a number line. Okay, so it is practice A. I want someone to confirm that. I want someone to confirm all I'm having on my screen now. We are also seeing practice A. Wow. Can you get me? I want to actually make sure that you are all seeing it. What I'm having on my screen is adding numbers, +5, -2. I want to make sure that this is what you are seeing. Okay, good. So I want to believe you are seeing it now. Confirm that you are seeing it now. The number line, +5, -2, then I have +3. Okay, good, beautiful. All right, so you all have it. Nice one. Okay, so we can move on from here. Let me reverse this slide so that the explanation can be nice. Okay, so this is a question I have on my screen. Now that you are seeing it, all right, good. This is the one I want to show everybody. So we have two different, good, you can see now, beautiful. Thank you. All right, so when you are writing +5 plus -2, what I have next is I need to show my +5 first. When I show my +5, then from where my +5 ends, that is where I will start counting -2. -2 is to move 2 steps in the opposite direction. Don't come and start from 0. If you come to start from 0, you are not operating addition on the two numbers. In order to operate addition on the two numbers, it is where that +5 ends that you have to start with your -2. And -2 simply means you are counting 2 steps backwards in the opposite direction. All right, don't write yet. I will tell you when to write. Don't write yet. Okay, so we can move on. So your answer at the end of the day now gives you +3. Your answer at the end of the day now gives you +3. Okay, so look at what I will have as my answer now. So +5 added to -2 will give me +3. +5 added to -2 gives me +3. Good morning, Christian Victor Opaseki. How are you today? All right. Now let's talk about this next one. Now, in this next one, you can see the sign has changed. We have a positive 5, and we are adding that to a negative 5. I mean, positive 2 added to a negative 5. So I'm going to start from the positive. I've had my positive 2 now. Now, from where I'm stopping, I will count. I'll start counting from positive 2, 5 steps in the opposite direction. And this is what I will have. That's what I will have. Yes, Ayomide Balogun, you are welcome. And then at the end of the day, look at what my answer will give me. So my answer means I have a negative 3. I have a negative 3. So this is my answer. And as you can see on the screen, plus 2 added to minus 5 will give me minus 3. Okay. So we want to try all this. We want to try this. Let's see how far we can go. A, B, C, D. Okay, so everybody pick your pen and paper, start writing answer. Let's do it one by one. Don't forget, we are not solving all the questions at a time. All of us will move together, so I don't want rushing. All right, don't rush. Let everybody give me answer to the first one first. We move gradually. Everybody move together. We move gradually. Okay, so I'm seeing answer already. Minus 4, good. Minus 4, all right. Minus 4, I love that. Yes, A is minus 4. I need 2 or 3 more people to respond. Good, good, good. Yes, yes, yes. This is nice. All right, so A is minus 4, and we have to move on. How did we get that? Of course, you can show. You have to think of the first number as a starting point. When you think of the first number as a starting point, think of the second number as a move left or right, depending on the sign. And then you can see my arrow is starting from plus 3, and then I will move 7 steps in the opposite direction, and then you can see where my final arrow is, second arrow is, and that is minus 4. So I have minus 4 as my answer. I have minus 4 as my answer. Okay, you even didn't ask me, you didn't wait for me to say that we are going to the second one. Senna, you only type negative. I don't know what that negative means. Senna, please, I want you to, don't write 2 answers. You can't have 2 answers. Okay, good. Plus 3. Okay. People are so fast. Oh. So I don't want to rush, but you people are rushing me. Oh. Okay. Let's move gradually, please. Let's move gradually. All right. Okay, so I'm starting from plus 6 and then minus 3. And then I have plus 3 as my second answer, plus 3. Okay. Please, I want you to indicate the sign. But if you don't indicate sign, I will assume you are writing positive. I will assume you are writing positive. Okay, so I have minus 2 and I have minus okay, and minus 4. Okay, so this gives me minus 6. Minus 6. Bright, good. Farida, good. All right. Senna, you are only writing sign. You are not putting the numbers. I only saw you write sign without the numbers. Senna, when you write the negative or positive, you put the number in front of it. Okay, good. Minus 6. Now let everybody try the last one. D. Okay, somebody is giving me an answer. Plus 5. Okay, 5. Okay, good. Now let's move together. From minus 1, we move 6 steps in the right direction and we get plus 5. Oh, beautiful now. So I believe that everybody now understand addition and subtraction of directed numbers. So because everybody has understood this, then look at this. When we want to subtract now, that is addition of different numbers now. Now I have subtraction. How do I deal with subtraction? Please, it's okay. It's okay. I've seen enough of those answers. Please, just hold on. Just hold on. This is example, not class activity. Just focus on the example. You don't need to type answers for this. It's an example that I need to explain to you. All right? So stop typing. Let's focus on this so that everybody can get it all together. So you have plus 5 and we are subtracting plus 2. Okay, so this is my plus 5. This is my plus 5 and then I have this. Now plus 2, look at it. What I want to do is very important and I want everybody to look at it. So out of 5, I have 2. What I want to do is I want to cut these 2 away from this 5. That is subtraction strategy. So look at it now. You can see now. Then I will cut it away with my saw. Yeah, it has cut it away. I think I love these graphics. Let me reverse this. Okay. All right, this is my question. So I have this 5, and then there is plus 2. I will bring it in, and then I will use my saw. I want to move it away. So subtraction means to remove. That's it. You can see I've removed 2 out of 5. And what I have is plus 3. Yeah. So subtraction means to remove. Okay. So my answer is plus 3. Okay. Now, what about this? All right. So minus plus 2 is just minus 2. We are still explaining, like you can actually go the other way around. You can use this other method. You can use this other method. When you have plus and minus multiplied together, it gives you negative. So you can talk about this, adding a negative 2. This is another method you can use, and then you have your plus 3. Okay. Now let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Don't write anything. Don't write anything. Just pay attention. Okay. All right. Minus 4 plus 3 minus 6 plus 5. Okay, Hassan, I got your message. Thank you. Hassan, I got your message, and it's very beautiful. All right. Rayan, you have to concentrate. Okay. Now look at this. Plus 3 minus 5. And what I have is minus 2. Yeah. Okay. Plus 3 and minus 5 gives me minus 2. Okay. Yeah. We may not be able to do volunteering with our whiteboards, but don't worry. We'll talk about this when we come to class. We are going to have a better interaction, of course. Well, it's your turn to score me this morning. Okay, you will do division. Demola, just hold on. You will do division, don't worry. Okay. All right. Okay, so we are moving on. Subtraction, and then plus 3 plus minus 2 gives you plus 1. Okay, that's what you have here. All right. Now we want to try all this. Okay, so this is for our class activity now. No rushing. Wait for me to say we are going to the big question before you move on. So what I have here is subtraction of negative numbers, and I want everybody to participate. The first question first, please. Wait for me to give you a go ahead before you start going to the next one. First question first. What should happen to a positive 3 minus a negative 2? You need to work on these 2 numbers first. You need to work on the 2 signs. These 2 signs are just beside each other. What you will do is to multiply the 2 signs. So a negative multiplied by a negative will always give you a positive. So at the end of the day, what I will have is a plus 3 and a plus 2. Yes, and that will give me a plus 5. Okay. All right, look at it. Think of subtract as reverse of direction. So you have plus 3, and then you have another 2. Okay, and that gives you a plus 5. Plus 5. Okay, can we move to the next one? The next one now. Okay, next one. Yeah, Jamil, I love that. So you have this. You have 1, and then you have 3, and then it gives you plus 4. The last question, the last question, the last question, the last question. Okay, Ogala, Christian, Daniel. Daniel, which answer is this? Daniel, which answer? Adelowo, Daniel, I don't understand the 2 you are writing. No, I want to know which answer is that. Maybe you need to work on it very well. Okay, Sama, that's good. I'm seeing Sama, Aisha, Azan. Okay. Praise. Okay, we move away from that B question already. We are now in C question. Okay, all right, good. Senna, nice one. Senna, very nice. Lawal, I've seen you. Okay, Daniel said it was a mistake. Good. So the answer should be -2, and then you have additional negative 4, and then that gives you -6. So our answer is -6. Our answer is -6. Iman Lawal, you are just typing sign without the number. You just typed negative, no number attached. Okay. So the basic rules, please, I want you to concentrate on the basic rules. If you want to write, please write all these basic rules. Very important. I want you to write these basic rules. Write all these basic rules. I want you to write all these basic rules down. So we need it. All right. So I'm just bringing it back. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Just write it down. All these basic rules. Write them down. Don't worry, you get notification for when you come back to school. Just write first. We'll talk about that in the general information platform. This is classroom. Focus on this first. Daniel, are you writing? Stop chatting, write. You have just 2 minutes, 30 seconds left. Okay, you are done, all right? Let's wait for more people to show that they are done. I want you to see the entire screen. That's why I moved. You can see the entire screen in your on your gadgets there, probably tab or phone or laptop. Excuse me. All right. Okay, so we want to move ahead now. Okay, so we have to move. Sama, you said no, sir. We are not done yet. Let me know if you have written what you have on the screen. Okay, so I want to move ahead now. Let's move on. Okay. All right. So sometimes you see your number in this format. Some textbooks, of course, we put the numbers in brackets. And you know that when you have numbers in brackets, or you have any other number outside or any other sign outside the bracket, numbers in brackets, you have to multiply, okay? So you have that. It's the same thing when you have it in this way. Please note this explanation because you interact with different textbooks, or you can go online and then you type directed numbers. Probably you want to go, you see different expression. Sometimes I've been writing it like it is on the right hand side here, but on this left hand side, you can see it's in brackets. It means the same thing. It means the same thing. All right. It means the same thing. All right. And sometimes you see that the sign that I raised, some textbook will not put it up. It's still the same thing. So these are varieties you will see. All right. Though don't write, just note it. Note it somewhere that it can be like this. It still means the same thing. All right. All these variations are for you to know. So when you see it, you don't think it is something else. All right. You can see textbooks writing it like this, or even not raising the sign. It also means the same thing. You can see it is the same question written in 4 different formats. It's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. All right. It's all the same thing. Aha. So Mr. Ayo gave us this. Okay, good. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing. All right. It's the same thing. So I can move on. I can move on. All right. Now let us talk about multiplication and division. So this is just what we have done last week, and I believe everybody has interacted well. I have a list of questions for everyone to solve, and that will be a kind of assignment that you are going to do. So when we are multiplying, what does it mean? We want to focus on multiplication now. All right. So when you say plus 2 times plus 3, since it is positive, you can see the way it is arranged. 2 in 3 places is the same thing as when you say 3 in 2 places. All right. 2 in 3 places means you have 2 here, you have 2 here, you have 2 here. You combine everything together. That's what I have on the number line. So you can use number line to do multiplication. You can use number line to do division. You can use number line to do addition and subtraction, as we already have seen. So please focus on this. Very, very important. Don't write yet. Just focus on the explanation. Don't write yet. All right. So you have plus 6, because that is where the last arrow is ending. Plus 6. Okay. And I'm going to be a bit fast now. Now look at this. Minus 2 in 3 places. Minus 2 in 3 places. You can see the reverse side of it. Okay, so you have minus 6. You have minus 6. Okay. What about when you have minus 3 and minus 2? You can see. That is, you are starting from the negative side. You know, when you have negative and negative multiplied, it will give you positive. So it's moving to the positive side, because minus times minus is a positive. Minus times minus is a positive. Okay. So you can see that the sign changes, all right, to positive. All right. So let us talk about rules for multiplication, and I want you to write this down. This is the one you have to write down now. Write this down. You have 2 minutes. Write it down. Write this down. You have 2 minutes. Okay. "30 seconds to go." Okay, 2 people are done. Praise, good one. Senna, nice one. I need 3 more people to tell me they are done, then I'll move on. Moshood, good. We have to be fast with this class. This is for multiplication, and well, if time permits, we'll be able to do division. All right, so I think I can move on. I can move on. If you are not done yet, probably you go back to the YouTube page, watch it on YouTube. You can pause at this point and then quickly make the notes. Thank you. All right, so let us talk about rules for division. Division simply means we are reversing multiplication. All right, so I want you to write this down. I want you to write this down. Sama, you are not done. Oh, sorry. Okay, quickly start this one so that you won't miss out in both ways. Quickly start this one. Division means inverse of multiplication. So quickly write this down. Write this down. So you have 1 minute more. This is rule for division. We have already written the ones for multiplication. This is one for division. So please write it down. Okay. "15 seconds to go." Okay. It's about time. All right, so we have to move on now. We have to move on. We have to move on because of time. All right. Now look at this. Look at this. We are going to answer all these ones. We are going to answer this. You can see the directed numbers. When you have the positive and positive, you should have negative, positive. When you have negative and negative, you should have positive. But if you have negative and positive, it will give you negative, and positive and negative will also give you negative. Okay. All right. So let's do this. Let's do this together. This one is addition here. On the other side, we have multiplication. So we are going to concentrate on the multiplication. We are going to concentrate on the multiplication. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 questions on multiplication and division, 3 on multiplication precisely, and 2 on division. So plus 5 times plus 3. Plus 5 times plus 3. Fastest finger. Who is typing the answer first? Plus 5 times plus 3. Oh, plus 15. Good. 15. Yes, you are also correct, Oganla. Either you put positive. No, somebody wrote 5. Where did you see 5? Plus 5 times. We are multiplying. Moshood. Okay, good. 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 You have corrected yourself. All right. Bright. Nice one. Now, the next question. Which question is on the right hand side? Check it on the right hand side. The multiplication plus 5 times plus 3 is equal to, on the right hand side, the top part of the screen. I can't see this now. Why, Azan? Every other person can see now. This one, you can see my cursor. If you see my cursor, this set of questions on which my cursor is dancing. Okay.
I like it on slideshow.
It's on slideshow. Okay, good. Abdulateef, I've seen it. Okay, good. So the second question, quickly, minus 5 times plus 3. Good. Minus 5 times plus 3. Oganla, nice one. Bright, good. Christian, okay. Be very sure you know what you are typing. Farida. I'm seeing a funny answer. Okay, Farida, I'm seeing a funny answer. Farida, Hanan, I'm seeing a funny answer. I want to believe you typed hastily. Yes, you typed so hastily. Take your time to type the correct one. Anu, good. Abdulateef, what happened to your keypad? Minus 5 times plus 3 should be minus 15. Anu, good one. Thank you. Yeah, minus 15. Okay. What about minus 5 times minus 3? Minus 5 times minus 3. Good, Azan, now that you can see. Nice one. What about minus 5 times minus 3? Bright. Demola, which one? Minus 5 times minus 3 is not minus, because we say once you have this same sign, it should give you positive. Minus 5 times minus 3. Okay. All right, let's talk about minus 6, plus 6 divided by minus 2. Plus 6 divided by minus 2. Different sign now, you should have negative. Plus 6 divided by minus 2. Different sign should give you negative. If it is the same sign, it is positive. If it is different sign, it is negative. It is a very simple rule that you can easily remember. Good. Sena, great. Moshood, Abdulateef, Abdullahi, Subamu, Jamil, Moshood, good. Lincoln. Yeah. Let's move to the last question and then I'll move on. Minus 5 divided by minus 2. Minus 6 rather, sorry. Minus 6 divided by minus 2. Yes, Abdulateef. All right. All right. These are questions. You can practice these other questions at your leisure. Yeah, I deliberately left that for you. And then, okay. We are not going to complete. Okay. All right. Okay.
I want to pick the PDF. PDF. Go to computer. Yeah.
Hold on, I have it. I have
Okay.
okay. All right, we have these questions. Call Fesula for me. I'm going to share this for you. Okay. Okay. I want everybody to write this as assignment.
This is not going to see this.
Okay. So I want everybody to. Okay. So this is our assignment. We are going to be trying this. The dots that you see there represents multiplication. The dot that you see represents multiplication. The dots that you see represent multiplication. I want to see if we can project it up to 20. Okay. Okay. All right. I think it's good like this. So you have 20 questions. 20 questions. I want everybody to copy this. 20 questions. Question 1 to question 20. Question 1 to question 20.
Here's the chat.
So this is our assignment. Take your time quickly to copy this.
I want to show you. I want the chart to come on. The chart. There's no chart. No, no chart. It can't come up. 1 minute left. Yeah, okay, no problem.
So I want you to copy question number 1 to 20. And this is where we are going to end the class today. Yes, we are going to end the class here today. So take your time, copy the questions, and then we now talk about, if you see any number without a sign, it means it is positive. If you see any number without a sign, it means it is positive. And don't confuse the question number with the question itself. Like number 4, you see a dot immediately after 4. It shows that -2 is multiplying +8. And you know what answer that can give. All right. So I'm going to give you time to quickly copy this. Like 2 minutes. Yes, 2 minutes. And then we are done for today for mathematics class. Directed numbers, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Multiplication and division. So I want you to practice choose 20 questions. Thank you very much for coming to class today.